Hey everyone, Chris Ingram with Wildfowl here. I was recently reading one of our retriever columns from the September issue, and it got me thinking about one of the common concerns that retriever owners and duck dog handlers have with their dogs. And that's dogs that are breaking on birds, they're leaving the blind early, they're unsteady, they're just not very well composed. And I've been talking with Jordan a little bit here and thinking about how place training might just be an antidote for that. So I'm here today with Jordan Horak. He is a professional dog trainer, a cocker trial guy, and the owner of Cato Outdoors. He's become very synonymous with place training in the dog world recently. So I wanted to talk with Jordan a little bit today about how place training might just be something that you can use in the training with your dog to get them better composed, better mannered in the field. So Jordan, just give us a brief overview of what place training is.
Sure. So place training has been around for a long time, Chris, probably 30 to 40 years at least. We can go back that far. It's really simple, to be honest. It's a platform, and it can be really any shape of platform. It can be any size of platform. I like to use one like the Cato board that we designed is 16 by 24 inches. So it's a little bit smaller. That makes things more precise. But the platform really is a spot that dogs go to work. Like they know that when they go to that spot, they're going to work off of it. It can be super helpful for teaching directional type things because it's an objective that we can send them out to. But in the context of waterfowl hunting, it's probably most helpful for steadiness training because it keeps them locked into one spot.
Sure.
So like to illustrate that, like if we have an open field and we ask a dog to sit in this spot in the grass, that's really ambiguous. It's ambiguous for the dog. Yep. It's ambiguous for us. If we put a platform or place board or a Cato board down, all of a sudden the dog knows exactly where it's supposed to be, and we as a handler know exactly where that dog is supposed to be. So if it moves at all, it knows that it's doing the wrong thing, and we know that it's doing the wrong thing.
Oh, very good. So if I'm bringing home my first gun dog puppy, or I've got an older dog that I want to kind of teach some better manners to, what do I need to get started, or how do I get into place training?
Sure. So you can definitely buy a Cato board, or you could make a platform. We used to always just make them out of 2x4s and a sheet of plywood and put some carpet on top. I find it's important to put something on the surface that's non-slip, so when the dog hops on there, they're not sliding around, because again, we want that to be a positive place. Okay. They go there to work. They don't go there to slide around and maybe get hurt or feel uncomfortable. Sure. We want it to be a real positive experience. So really anybody can start place board or platform training by buying one or by making one, and then just introduce the dog to it. And if your dog's 5 years old, it's never been on a platform before, we're probably not going to ask it to do a lot starting out. Sure. We're going to ask it just hop on there, get a treat, or hop on there and get a reward. Okay. And even a 5-year-old dog will very quickly learn, like, hey, when I go there, good things happen. That's a trigger for something positive to happen. Okay. And once they start thinking that way, then we can slowly start to shape that behavior into bigger and bigger and better things. Oh, very good. All right, so this little girl here that my daughter is named Dance, she is 8 weeks old. And we're just gonna start, look at this, good girl. We want her to just hop up on the Cato board and she gets the treat when she hops on there. I'm not saying place, she doesn't know what that means. She hasn't been trained at all, she's just learning. She's learning that when she goes on there, good things happen. A little enthusiastic, there it is. I can tease her off with the treat, doesn't get the treat out here. Back on, there's the treat. It looks like she has no clue what she's doing right now. She doesn't really, but after a few sessions of this, when she sees a Cato board, she'll jump on it because she's learned that when she hops on here, she gets one of those tasty treats. So I would definitely, a session like this, I would want to keep it really short. I also would want to do it as far away from a feeding time as possible. I want her to be as food motivated as possible. So if she has a full belly, these treats aren't going to matter as much. So if we can do it right before they eat a meal, that would be ideal. Or you can use the meal and feed it this way. Good girl, that's a good girl. So that is how we start to introduce a little puppy to the Cato board. It's really, it's really passive. Like just hop on here, get a treat. Hop on here, get a treat. There's no commands associated with it. It's all just behavior. It's all behavior, no words. Good girl. So we took a big step up here from an 8-week-old puppy to a 10-month-old dog. Still a puppy, I guess. He's farther along in the process, but he's by no means finished. So attention span is going to be really short. He's not going to stay here for long periods of time. Instead of giving him a treat for a reward, we're going to give him a retrieve as a reward. You're going to see we don't ask for a great delivery. We don't ask for him to be steady yet. We just ask for him to hop on here, grizz, and then he gets his retrieve. I'm helping him out with his delivery. Come here, buddy. Good boy. Because he's not going to sit and give it to me yet. I just want to make it easy for him. Call him off of it. Come here. Place. Up. Good boy. Place. There we go. Grizz. Not long retrieves because I'm not working on retrieving necessarily. I'm just using it as a reward. So I want the retrieve to be really easy. It's just a fun little reward for him. So now we stepped up to a dog that's 6 years old. This is Cato, actually, fully trained. You're going to see we've shaped his behavior to the point where he knows that in order to get this retrieve, he has to do things exactly my way. So I'm not going to tell him to sit. I'm not going to tell him to stay. I'm just going to throw the retrieve. He's not going for it. I can talk. I can smack my hands. I can say breeze or boom or any other dog's name. He's not going because he knows in order for him to get that paycheck, he's got to play the game my way. He's going to stay on his Cato board until I send him. Now, I said his name there because I said the name of the platform, but I said it quickly enough he didn't hear me. So we'll try it one more time. Hey, Cato. Good boy. I'm asking for a nicer delivery now, right back to the platform. Here. Give. Good boy. Can throw it again. Don't have to tell him to stay there again because he knows the only way to get that retrieve is to play the game my way, which is to stay on his platform. This time I'm going to make it a little bit harder. I'll send him for it. I'm going to stop him and then we'll call him back. It's really just a game that we play where he is offering me the behaviors that I want in order to get the paycheck at the end. Hey, Cato. I hit the whistle before he got there, so he didn't take it. Comes back. Good boy. Cato. Good boy. Place. Up. Give. Good. Cato. 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 Good. Here. Place. Give. So we did 3 totally different things there. One, we sent him on a retrieve that he got. Then we sent him on a retrieve where we stopped him and called him back. Then we sent him on a retrieve where we stopped him, but then we let him have it without coming back. So 3 totally unique paradigms there. He handled all of them just fine because this dog we started as a little puppy, just shaping a behavior, hopping on the Cato board. Then it became like what we were doing with Grizz, the last dog, where we asked for a little bit more. Now at this age, still being a little bit goofy, tail is still wagging, he's still really happy, but this is a totally steady dog. We could come out here with pigeons or with pheasants, we could do the same drill and he would stay on his platform because he knows the way to play the game is to do what I want and then he gets the paycheck at the end. Hey, good boy. Here, up, here, up, place, Cato. The awesome thing about these drills, if you live in town, you have a small backyard, it doesn't matter. You can go out there with a Cato board, spend 2 minutes, spend 5 minutes just playing these silly little games. You'll end up with a dog that's a lot more focused on you. He's a lot more honest, a lot more reliable, better eye contact. You'll become better partners in the field. So now when you go out duck hunting, you have a dog that's sitting there knowing that it can't go out and make that retrieve until you send it. It's working with you. It's paying attention to you. It's asking you for permission to go and make that retrieve, rather than a dog that's sitting there, muscles flexed, shoulders all rippling, leaning forward, and then he breaks and goes before you say his name. We don't want that. That's a dog that's working for himself. We want a dog like this that's working for you, playing the game with you. So it all starts really in your backyard with a little puppy or in the house, transitions to a dog that's doing a little bit more, and then you end up with this at the end. So that's the progression.
Well, there you have it, folks. You might want to consider place training to help you get a better mannered, better well-composed dog in the field. And if you'd like to learn more about Jordan, his training, and Cato Outdoors, visit the website at www.catooutdoors.com. That's C-A-T-O. You can also find him on Facebook and Instagram. So Jordan, thanks so much for telling us about this, and thanks for watching.
Happy training.